Pick up the one there in the chat. Respect. Just killing an hour in the borough. Back in the homeland. Doctors in it. Doctor's surgery thing. Don't know if you can hear that music, like. Don't know what that camera's like either. You always forget to clean the camera, you know, clean the lens. You wouldn't believe the difference it makes, man. Yeah. Just made a miraculous discovery there as well, a good one as well. So you know DAB radios. I don't know exactly what a DAB radio is, but I'm taking it something inside a normal radio, isn't it? It's like digital, isn't it? So you get loads of different channels and that. But I didn't know. I thought you might have got it in new cars now, but didn't know it was in my car till about 10 minutes ago. Absolute 90s, nailed on now. Absolutely crazy behaviour. See, I've just been in Flavours there. Watching Flavours this morning on his... It's on his backup channel, isn't it? Because he's on a ban for a week or something. Couple of names jumped. Why not? Wasn't Flavours, sorry. Yes, Eddie, my G. Thank you, brother. Eddie, I might have to pack this in, mate. There's only me and you, I think. And a couple of ghosters, it's time to go when you've got ghosters. If I was doing this at home, Eddie, I would have put your video on that you put out the other day, because I've got it there. I was planning on putting it on, showing off your skills and that. Decent, that, like, mate. I was trying to work out your signature move, like. It's like a right-left hook, isn't it? Well, you don't have to ghost, mate, do you? You don't give a fuck. Fucking hell, mate. What's going on this morning there? I've just been on Flavours. It's weird with him having that. I can't get my head around him, his channel now with the big orange thing. It's just like an orange... It's got like an orange fucking screen, hasn't he, with Joseph Glover or something. Keeps coming up, Joseph Glover live. I'm like, who the fuck's Joseph Glover? Yeah, to see Bright's been brightening the morning up as well with flavours. Oh, is that Cliff's name, is it? Yeah, man. He'll probably be in the chat in a minute anyway, Bright. Right, it's all right, man. When you have a bit of crack, like perfect that for him on the morning. The flavours. Don't know about Cliff being happy about that, like. Putting Cliff's name out there. You say. So I didn't see any of YouTube last night. At an early-ish night and just put the phone down. Hush, hush. So what was that you were doing the other day then, Ed? Is that the local gym or something like that? Eddie, I called this fight out ages ago, right, mate, if you're still there. So, I'm going to say at least 6 months ago, I started banding the idea about that who's going to beat who's going to fight Decker, you know. And I said a good matchup would be Venice and Decker. Yes, Decker. Yeah, Venice, how are you doing, my mate? Won't be good there. So I started banding the idea about, and you would raise a few eyebrows. Venice Decker, and that's what's getting banded about now, innit? Whether it'll happen, I don't know, but when I first said it, people were like, nah, he's in a different league, and he is. Venice is in a different league, but you can still see the potential, though, can't you? Decker, like the immovable object. Like, for me, it's going to take someone there. It's going to take someone like Venice. Yes, Phil, how are you doing, matey? Good to see you there. He would, I think he would, yeah. He would, but still, I think there's something there. Like, I think there's don't know. It's the only fight out there at the minute worth watching, in my opinion, anyway. What's happening, Phil, mate? What is going on in the crazy YouTube world? Yeah, when I started mentioning it, that's the reaction I get all the time. Like, oh yeah, Venice, but he will do him. I think Venice is about 18 Clem now, but they're both looking for a fight. Venice has been looking for a fight for him for ages. If anyone hasn't seen it, see, I met Venice last year at his gym. I donated a football top. You'll remember anyway. He put it on Instagram, but there's some pictures on Venice's Instagram. I've got them somewhere. With me stood next to Venice in the gym. Swear down, I look like a fucking sparrow. I look like a sparrow, and I'm like 13 stone. But I think Venice was 18 stone. Yeah, but they're both looking for a fight, and it's just there, isn't it? And the money, if the money's right. I mean, Dickie Hickey'll do anything for money, won't he? I don't know, is he going to BKFC? Is that the crack? See, although he's probably had hundreds of street fights, Venice, and he's like violent, and he's got it in him. He's had loads of street fights. He's not. He doesn't matter who's in front of him, type of thing. But to actually go in a ring bare knuckle, I don't know what gloves they're wearing in the K1, but I'm assuming they've got a bit of padding on anyway. Might be like UFC gloves. Boss Dog, how you doing, my mate? I've just caught you live there. I was driving. I pulled over, I put it on, and I would have jumped on, Boss Dog, because I've got an hour to kill. But you do yours on YouTube, don't you, mate? So, but it's looking smart. Was that like what bit was that, Boss Dog? What you were in this morning, the white bit? Is that where all the chairs are going and the mirrors and everything? Like, it wouldn't surprise me, Deco, if you did. Like, wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I heard something at the weekend that Decker's mentioning, like, oh no, it wasn't. It was my mate Danny G, the real Danny G. Sorry to go off subject, but mate, that fella is on fire at the minute. Even if you don't like the real Danny G, you've got to watch him at the minute. There's something going on there. He's gone from a golfing coach. He started the golfing channel up. Then the week after, he was practically snapping his clubs up on the green after he missed a 4-foot putt. Had a major breakdown on YouTube. Said he was packing golfing and everything, right? Now he's on holiday surfing in Newquay. But not only is he surfing, honestly, Phil, you say that, right? I love Big Jet TV, by the way. Big plug out. Yeah, I'm procrastinating again, right? Don't let me go off subject. You've let me go off subject, haven't you? Fuckers. Tommy Hench. Yeah, man. Yeah, so that was it, Danny G, yeah. So every time he goes live, now there's something happening. He's on holiday at the minute with his wife and his kid. And he was out surfing yesterday on, I think he's at Newquay or something. He was out surfing yesterday, like catching a few big waves. Like, I said to Louise, oh yeah, man. I'm glad King's in, because King loves this fella as well. King, explain to the chat the entertainment you are getting off the real Danny G at the minute, mate. A little tip for you, King. Whenever he goes live, right, just get on it, record it, because I was just telling the chat there what he's been doing over the last couple of weeks, but he fires these lives up on a night and it's just him and his wife, Tony, getting drunk. And he gets like 100 people watching. All right, Leo, lad. Over nice and chill today for that. Yeah, so this one the other night was him and his wife, and I just flicked on. He had about 100 people watching. He's on about how if he had to, he could easily eat the full man. He could eat a man. Like, and how he bit somebody's face off. He bit somebody's face off for somebody, and he ate it. Oh, is that it all laid down, is it, dog? Yeah, boy. You should put a couple of shorts out or something, mate, so we can all see. Have you not used that yet, King? King, you've been interesting me like you normally do, but you had us on tenterhooks yesterday or the day before. You caught a little post on the morning about catfishing, yeah? I don't know, I sent me notification for that one, but it didn't happen, did it? I'm not going to bang on about it, but go and check Northern King's channel out for the best of Danny G, like. But honestly, as much as I like Big Jets TV, and I will mention that in a minute because it's worth a mention, yeah. It's a toss-up between them and the real Daddy G in a minute. Like, I think he's due another game of golf today when he's coming to the last few days of his holiday now. Were you waiting for it as well, Phil? You're allowed to admit it, Phil. If you were waiting, you're allowed to admit it. I have. I bet there was quite a lot of people anyway who had that notification on King. Maybe he's keeping that one to himself, people. Got that one with sleeve, I think. But catfishing, let me get this right. Because I don't know, it's not a word you hear every day, is it? But I believe what it is, King, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but it's catfishing when you're talking to somebody online and you might get, you're getting a bit fruity in that. But when you start asking for pictures, is it when you show somebody who isn't you, yeah, usually a lot better looking? Is that what a catfish is? When you make someone believe you're somebody else? Yeah, exactly, man. But that's it. That's what YouTube should be like for everyone. It shouldn't affect your life, apart from the actual moment that you're saying it or watching it or doing it, yeah? There's a bloke who comes in here, Cartman. We all know Cartman, don't we? Well, Cartman's a mod in Danny G's. He's always in there, and I go in the chat and that now. I don't. If you went in Danny's chat, because he does talk to the chat a lot. Oh, that was it. He got £100 donation the other day. Now he's got this gimmick where if he gets a donation while he's live, say a £10 donation, he's got to do 20 press ups there and then. That's his gimmick. That's his gimmick, and I've seen him do a few 40 press ups in his house. He also did 40 press ups on the green when he was playing golf because someone sent him 20. But the other day, he just got out the surf. He just got out the surf, came out of break point. I said this to Louise last night. I said, can't remember this fucking fella's name. Patrick Swayze out of point break. Right? Comes out, telling the camera how knackered he is while he's taking his wetsuit off, yeah? Gets his wetsuit half down, and he only gets a donation for 100 quid. 100 quid. 200 press-ups. 200 press-ups. No way he's not going to do them press-ups when somebody's just sent him a ton. I thought, this will be funny, because he was just saying how knackered he was. Oh, man. Man had this big woolly coat on or something, right? Knocked the first 40 out, no problem. Then he had to start having breaks and that. I swear down though, he banged them 200 press-ups out in about 10 minutes. 200 press-ups. I don't know. Eddie, would it make them press-ups easier if you were getting 100 quid? So what's that per press-up? I should know this, shouldn't I? It's 50 pence a press-up he's getting. That's the one, King. Cheers, bro. King, did you see that bit as well, mate? Honestly, it was funny as fuck. Honestly, man. Yeah, so he's gone from a cannibal to he's a cannibal the other night. It was actually asking his wife for to confirm that he ate this man's face. Well, Tony, did I eat? Did I swallow the flesh? Did I? Just tell them, and she's not going to sit there. And Abel Archer, sorry mate, I did see you there. Can't remember whether I said hello, but he's practically, Tony in the split seconds thinking, hang on, he wants me to admit that I'm married to basically a cannibal. Oh man, I mean, I like golf anyway, King, but the golf thing's just a bonus to me. It's fucking hilarious, man. Absolutely hilarious. Yeah, Blatch, I've not seen you in here for a while, bro. A long time. You used to come in all the time, man. Good to see you anyway. Clint, how are you doing? Eddie, you were in Troon, aren't you? I've actually been to Troon. I went to Troon for the last day of the Open. Before I forget, this Wednesday is the place to be on here, 12 o'clock. All things golf. We're going to go. I'm going to give you my thoughts and predictions on the Open this week, which is from Scouserland. It's in Liverpool. All the best golfers in the world are in town this week. See Rory McIlroy, been hitting a bit of form. Rory back on his home turf there. He's just won at the weekend. Brilliant finish. I watched it. So he's looking good for the Open. He can't do any more than win a competition and be on form. You can't do any more than Rory. Like, he'd be one of the favourites. But I fancy it. I've said it all along, right? This fella, Colin Morikawa, Leo. I'll tell you more on Wednesday, but from watching a lot of golf recently, Phil just put me right like a true Scouser. Phil, you might like my shorts that I put out today, mate. Has anyone seen my short that I put 2 out this morning? I bet Phil says he hasn't seen them here. Well, if you subbed, you should have got notifications. So I'm parked up in a little village. What I always do when I come over from Durham to Middlesbrough, I always stop off in the village, this little village, and it's the same village where Action Man was spotted last year. In his, well, it was a little Jeep, wasn't it? But definitely was Action Man, and I milked that for all it was worth. Phil, when you're not busy, mate, go and have a look at my 2 shorts that I've put out, because I know you love me shorts. I'll tell you what I bet on Wednesday, Leo, if you're free, midday on Wednesday. I'll be on for a few hours, and I will be doing like a live, probably. I'm in the borough now, King. I'm just waiting. What it is, I'm waiting on a prescription. I'm waiting for a prescription. That's another story. So I had a phone appointment this morning, 8:30, with my doctors. It's been arranged for a few days. So I'm there, 8 o'clock, awake, waiting for the phone to ring. Then I get a text at 20 past. I get a text at 20 past 8 saying, we're very sorry, but your appointment's been changed to 10 past 9, and it's with another doctor. So this will be the 3rd doctor I've got to talk to on the phone, which I hate talking on the phone, believe it or not. It's just the 3rd different doctor in 8 weeks who I've had to explain everything to. And, gone are the days where you get to see the same doctors. All right, Emily, how are you doing? Hope you're good there. Yeah, so gone are the days where you get the same doctor, you know, and you get like your doctor is supposed to be somebody who you can talk to, innit? Now you can't even be in the same room as them. They're all phone appointments, man. Honestly, it's an absolute joke. So anyway, I've been prescribed these tablets, yeah. 2 week trial, like I've done absolutely nothing. I don't know what they're supposed to do, but they haven't done anything. I've had a couple of better sleeps. That's it. So the doctor that prescribed them, that wasn't him who I spoke to this morning. This was another one who basically said, "How are you doing? Uh, when are you going back to work?" I was like, "Is that it?" You know what I mean? Supposed to be a doctor, and then after 5 minutes of basically nothing, says, "Oh, your prescription will be ready then to pick up." So I've had to come over to Middlesbrough. So that's where I am, King. I'm outside McDonald's, which is a couple of 100 yards from the doctor's. Wait until 12 o'clock till, about wherever I started this, half an hour ago, an hour, 12:30. Julian, you know me, Eddie. I don't get involved with all that, but I don't know. Definitely need all of them just need to take a step back. If they all just took a step back and had a look at what they're doing and how they're acting and that, they'd probably give their heads a shake. You know what I mean? That's all I can say on it. Anyone, if you're getting into shit on YouTube, just stop and think twice about it. You know, because you will. You can guarantee 99 times out of 100, if you get into a spat on YouTube on the night and you say more than you should have, or you went a bit nuts, then the next day, if you look back on it, you'd probably think, what the fuck? Tommy Hatcher. He's perfect. He's perfect for you, Eddie. Comedy gold for you, man. Exactly. Well, that's what I mean. It's like when you're watching these things happening in live, Phil, and probably everyone else as well. Like we've seen it all, haven't we? We've seen it all. They can't really get any worse than what we've seen. Like, there's no other words that people can use now. They've all been used, haven't they? It's just who they're going to be aimed at now. I don't know. I don't know. I think I think I don't know. I think it was getting a little bit better. I thought it was starting to get a bit better, but don't know. The big bad vibes. I've just had bad vibes off YouTube this weekend. Like, yeah, just bad vibes. I don't know. Bit weird, man. Just weird. But I've been wanting to jump on, like doing it, like just through this live up here. Because I was just going to be sat here anyway, but I probably would have done a live a bit later. Like, but yeah, I've got this DAB radio in my car now. Check it out, man. Absolute 90s. Didn't even know I had DAB. Would never have known that, Boss Dog. Boss Dog, have you done your cardio today, mate? Your 4 o'clock cardio? Because I think that could go viral, that shit, mate. 4 o'clock in, 4 a.m. Boss dog in his full attire. Proper shadow boxing, like. I'm sure he had music on. It was definitely 4 a.m. Shadow boxing and that. They're doing his cardio. What brilliant that, mate. I was just thinking there as well this morning. I seen a few names pop up. Oh, that was it. I watched a bit of Shuffling's back last night because I'd heard they'd been kicking off. So I watched about 5 minutes of it back, and they always put the live chat on. Seen a few names that I'm thinking they used to come in my chat, but you know what it was? It was when I sometimes do them 4 o'clock ones, 4 a.m. ones from work, them mad ones on my break. You know, if I was having a bad night shift, I'd go on my break and fire a quick live up. It was people who used to come in then, the likes of Liam Carty. But I know he works nights. Yes, Davey 90, how's it going, my mate? I might not be far away from you now, Davey. If you can work out where that is, where I am. There's only 2 McDonald's in the borough, isn't there? Live from the car. McDonald's, Middlesbrough. Anyone wants it? Oh, did I tell you? We all know, don't we? Yeah, he's normally in here as well. So the funniest thing happened, Davey, were you in that live where someone approached us in the town? I was doing a live from Borough a couple of weeks ago where it was the last walk around in town. And I'm stood in the square in Borough where I like to call Bob Smith Square, even though it's like round, right outside Sports Direct. I was stood there watching this. What was he? He was a busker, yeah. He was a busker. And I'm live, and somebody's looking at us. I was like, who's that? He comes over, shakes my hand. It was only Ted Loon, wasn't it? Fucking Ted Loon. Yeah, man, that's the one. That's the one, Davey. Bob Smith, man, Eddie. He's only he came back briefly, Did you not see it? It was fucking hilarious. So he disappeared for months. Well, he disappeared for ages, didn't he? Right, and then out of nowhere, I got a notification, and it was because he'd been walking down the town, not Middlesbrough, right, but very close to Middlesbrough, walking with his family, and some Asians had approached him, right, who basically threatened him to take all his stuff down off YouTube. They'd been watching all his interviews and all that. They'd been doing with Borough gangsters, you know what I mean? And mentioning people's names. Well, it was the first time that they bumped into each other in the town centre. And Bob was that scared. He actually did a live from the town centre after the incident, right? And started saying sorry to all the people who he'd mentioned in his videos and that, and he was going to take them all down. He was proper papping it. Honestly, he basically, these people have been not looking for him, but they've been waiting for the day to bump into him, and it just so happened it was that day. And then he went home and then made an even worse apology. Oh, Phil, Eddie knows it. You'd have to have a look, Eddie. Oh, mate, it was funny as fuck. He's obviously upset loads of people, like, by what he was doing, pretending to be a gypsy and all that. Because he was on Expos, Can you remember when he was on Expos? When he came on the scene, me and Jim had already found him. It was Jim who found him. And I can guarantee you, right, Jim found him from somewhere and started ripping him. And me and Jim used to rip his videos and that on Jim's lives. But I'm pretty sure it was after that. He started going on Expos. He had about a week on Expos where he was preaching. He was saying how reformed he was and that, how he's seen the light and everything, and he was coming on preaching. Can you not remember? Funny as fuck. Yeah, that's how everyone did, you know. I'm sure Jim discovered him, like, and it was even funnier that he was from Middlesbrough. That was a total coincidence. Jim didn't know that. We got a few good weeks laughs out of Bob. But yeah, he's been ran off. Eddie's been ran off, mate, basically. Ran off YouTube, but he's upset the wrong people, you know. Man, he was preaching in that square. That's why I called it Bob Smith Square, because on one of Jim's videos that he found on Bob's channel, he was preaching, proper preaching, preaching God and all that, like stopping people, you know, going up to them with the microphone in the town centre. But the worst thing about him, Eddie, and Eddie knows this, right, and anyone else might know it, but he's got this strange thing with that young lad. He calls him Young Ashley, doesn't he? Bob Smith and Young Ashley, and he sort of took this. I don't think it's his son. It's not his son. He's took this kid under his wing, and he like does videos of me and Ashley like eating after our workout, and it's a bit weird, like a bit weird, isn't it, Eddie? I know, Davey, that's it, right? He's not from Roundborough, right? But he's living in Borough now, and all his videos, he's got videos on his channel where he's in Middlesbrough Centre, and he's Stockton High Street, but he's not from round here, but he lives round here now, and he claims to know, well, he did a few podcasts. If you get the chance to watch it, right, if it's still on Bob's channel, it probably isn't now. But he was interviewing a few like supposedly hard men, Davey. I can't remember the names. They were in with Brian, Big Brian, Speedy. Speedy was one of them. He was mates with Speedy. But this fella who we did the podcast with, he was brilliant, man. Been in with all one of the proper nutters. He had a funny name, like it was a nickname. Well, I tell you where I am now. I tell you where I'm sat now, Davey, right? I'm sat, I can actually see the windows to Steel City Gym. You know, Steel City. And I know for a fact they all still training there now. All the hard men of Borough, they all train in a gym. And I can actually see in the windows of the gym now. I think it's where Brian broke all his world records, you know. Honestly, he's one of them. I hope some of his videos are still up, like, because they are absolute gold, mate. I'm telling you. Let me try and think of this bloke, Davey. These are live pictures, people, live and direct from outside. I think we all know what that big M is, don't we? Tempted to go in, like. So if I'm going in there now, what time are we on now? Oh, I've missed the breakfast, haven't I? I love me breakfast, like. Probably is, Davey, but everyone knows it as like Steel City. It's one of them, innit? It's stood the test of time, innit? It's been there for fucking donkey's years, mate. It's like, don't know, you wouldn't even know it was there. Wouldn't even know it was there because it's upstairs, and all it is like a sign that's been there for about at least 30 years. That's it, innit? That's it exactly. He's like he's proper dumb, innit? Like he's like, but the way he was coming across on expos and that, and in his early videos, he was just like your big dopey mate. You know what I mean? Big dopey Bob. There's dopey Bob. But then he started going all gangster and all that. Started like showing shooters and telling stories of how like he nearly died and that, and he took a full gypsy family on his own and that. Bit like Danny G, like. Funny though, wasn't it, Eddie, when Jim found him and said, "You've got to watch this bloke." I think the first video was he was showing you how to make a fire in your back garden and that, not a style. Oh, he was showing you how to make a fire to boil a kettle. And you know what Jim's like? Jim proper milked it, and I just jumped on the bandwagon because I've got the same dry sense of humour like as Jim, but we ripped him for fucking weeks, man. I know he will be, aye. With a bit of luck, aye. Might bring a bit of drama over here, man. I don't know. I think I'd have Bob Smith, like. Definitely have Bob. I'm too fast for him. Here he is. Here he is, fucking smiler. Spends half his life in hotels. Funny though. I bet he sat there in his back. Let's have a look. So today, I think it's 22 degrees where I am now. It's quite cloudy. Sun's trying to poke through. So that means wherever 420 is, it's going to be red hot. And he's going to be sat in his shorts with a tin of Red Bull or one of them cheap energy drinks at a split. Pussy-os. Pussy-o. Pussy-o. Is it pussy-o or pussy hole? Because honestly, have you ever done that? Well, I think we've all done it anyway. Where you've heard somebody say a phrase or something, everybody starts saying it, like pussy hole, and you've always thought that it was pussy hole. It's a bit like wagwan, isn't it? Wagwan. Wagwan. I think my advice, right, on that there is never say anything that you don't know what it means. Hold tight, Aki, in the chat there. Big up the Aki, la. What's happening, dude? I know, yeah. I think I'd do him with their a 1-2 TS5 shuffle, followed by a few bus stop punches, and then that'd be him fucking out of it. There you go, see. Man's like Big Brother. Right, what's the verdict on the pussy off? Pussy all. So Aki's saying pussy all. Now I respect Aki, like. What do you think, Pandeko? What's the Scottish version? Pussy all or pussy ho? I'm saying pussy all. I thought it was pussy hole. There wasn't much on the tube from Appleby Fair, like. You know what? It's one of them, right? So I'm not far from Appleby. It's it's an hour's drive. It's, as the crow flies, it's not very far. Look at the afro on that kid. Fuck me. It's like Phil Graham. Fucking hell, did you see that? I don't know how well he could see that. Put me off his stride, that man. Oh, Eddie, if they're all there, mates, you've got hours and hours, mate, of footage there, anything. I see the beauty. Yeah, so Appleby Fair, yeah. Appleby Fair, as far as I know, the gypsies have been meeting there once a year. Usually it looks like it's always hot there, but Appleby's just a little village in North Yorkshire. But the gypsies, the travellers, have made it some kind of mecca, where they all meet, and like. So about a week before Appleby was on, you start seeing a lot of the gypsies out and the travellers. They'll be out with the horses and that, just going down the roads and stuff. You start spotting them everywhere, and that's all the lead up to Appleby, where they all make their way there. But if anyone who hasn't seen any footage from Appleby, just go and have a look. Put it in the old Google or on YouTube, and you see what they do, man. They buy and sell horses, don't they? And they want to see who's the best horse and that. And they do all that mad haggling with their hands and shit, slapping each other's hands when they've got a deal on it. We've all seen the Channel 4 series anyway. What is it? They made a whole few series out of them, and on Sky as well, I think. Funny. But I think in Appleby, it's one of them for Appleby now. It brings that much money into the town. They probably sort of rely on it, even though the town gets overrun with horses and basically travellers. It's like thousands of travellers turning up on your doorstep once a year. But I think the majority is all right. But I think it's just tolerated now because it makes them a lot of money. Wagwan. The only place I've heard Wagwan is on Top Boy. Eddie, he's a film for you to watch if you haven't seen it, right, Eddie? Because of the way people talk on here and they're all brev. Come on, brev. Come on, fam, and all that, right? Well, that twang, right? Giving it all like brev and all that, mate. We all say it. But there's a comedy film. Let me think what it was called. Was it Kid Adulthood or Another Hoods? Another ANUVA Hoods. And it was about this kid in London on an estate in London. It's funny as fuck, mate. Has anyone seen it? And Another Hoods. Oh, you know what? Robert, how are you doing, my mate? Good to see you, Robert. Lou, it's a good job he came in there, right? Because I was very disappointed in the 8 likes that I got on my last video. Right? I never ever bang on about likes, but swear down. And that is because Louise couldn't come in the live because she was driving and she was at work, so she wasn't pestering you to hit the like button. And because she wasn't pestering you fucking didn't. Batties. Absolute batties. So for that, I want at least 30 likes. 30 likes or to make you watch one of Eddie's shorts. Oh, brilliant, isn't it, Robert? Oh, you've seen it, Eddie? It's Kay, my name's Kay. It's called Kevin, isn't he, the Ladbury? He's too cool to be a Kevin, isn't he? He's too cool to be a Kevin, so he gets people to call him Kay, bro. It's funny as fuck, man. Yeah, but if you haven't seen it. But they all talk like that, don't they, Brev? And that was out years ago, that film. That was out fucking time ago. So he either, because I think he is the talent, the lad who plays him, right? He's a producer in that now. I remember seeing it a couple of weeks ago. Seen something and his name come up, and then it showed you his face, and I said, "That's the kid off the." Yes, Davey. Cheers for coming in, mate. Have a good one. Yeah, that the geezer in that film, the black lad, he's in loads of things as well now. Who played the main dealer, who everyone was scared of. Give me the crepes, man. Give me them crepes. He had a lisp. Give me them crepes. I want them crepes. Is that his name, Adam Deacon? Funny as man. In fact, I'm gonna watch that film. I'm gonna watch that film over the next few days, like 100%. Wherever I look, it's clear to see the view. Yeah, we're resurrecting careers here, you know, Eddie. We're going to resurrect, because every time we talk about people, yeah. Sick, man, sick. Doris, I think these tablets are either kicking in or wearing off, Phil. They haven't worked out yet. He's fucking mad. It's like it might be the placebo effect kicking in, I'm not sure. I can't be doing with that spice, man. I can't be doing with the spasms. Like, why? Why, if you've seen a spice video, why would you then want to be like that? Everyone I've ever seen, they've looked like, you know, like some out of a horror film, innit? You know, when their arms are all up and that. And they can't talk, they don't know where they are. What the fuck? And it's the most popular drug in prison. Did anybody see that? I think it was either Channel 4 or Channel 5 last week, and it was, you don't get many of them now. Not as many as you used to, but documentaries from inside prisons. There was one on Channel 4, Channel 5 last week, and I thought, because I've seen them all, and I know that there's been a few, like, brutal ones, you know, but you can't find them on YouTube now. I think they've actually been took off because the show what it's like in prison and like too raw, you know. But there was one on last week, and it's sort of there was a lot of fighting in it, you know, a lot of video footage from people who've been in prison, just about people taking their own lives and that, and just how every day was a battle, you know. But he said that spice is the number one thing in jail, basically because of how cheap it is. But it's not cheap in jail, though, is it? You know, these people are going into jail now just to make money to sell gear. People are making a living out of it, man, a good living. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's the maddest thing. You used to be able to buy it for a while, didn't you? It was legal. They soon got onto that one, though, didn't they? Fuck me. That just shows you. I mean, was that a law? You know, when that law came in, or somebody, when they realised there was a problem, yeah? Say Spice had been out for a month, and they realised that the effect it was having on people, so the government get hold of it. Now, the speed that law went through, I'm not sure what the law was, where shops couldn't sell it, it was banned. They seemed to put it through really quick. You know, like I thought laws had to go through Parliament and everything, and there was a system for it, but they just seemed to shot that one through. Imagine if they didn't, though. Imagine what it'd be like now. It would be like Walking Dead, wouldn't it? Be like The Walking Dead in Middlesbrough now. I mean, it's not far off that as it is, but who remembers this woman? Who remembers this mad woman? Got one in my pocket, and the other one is in the yellow.
tell my friends, yeah, they said everything is just fine. Cause I got one in my pocket, and the other one is standing up together.
Alanis Morissette, remember her? She did have a good album out, actually. I think Phil still listens to her. She's definitely in his multi-CD player in the boot of his car, the boot of his Fiat 500. You can get a lot in them boots, can't you, Phil? That's what you told me, anyway. Kensington. What is that? That's in London, isn't it? It's the window.
Have a dollar. In fact, no, brother man, have two.
I'm loving the absolute 90s, like.
Be strong, serve God only. Know that if you do, beautiful heaven awaits.
I think Chris the Brick was onto something when he started doing his lives out of his car.
Money, no play, Mr. One. That's his name. No one ever knew his name because he's a no one. Never thought twice about spending on an old one until I had the chance to really get to know one. Now that I know him, to give him money is a charity. He gives me some knowledge. I buy some shoes and the thick blacks. And all that money I'm in college.
Pop in my Lamborghini Gallardo. We'll just go to the place and just kick it like time. Oh, impossibly been you over. Look back and watch me smack that all on the floor. Smack that. Give me some more. Lamborghini, how we doing? I've seen this Lamborghini last night. I think it was. Lamborghini Gallardo. Mr. Akon.
By the police in their chase on several lines we call him, but
this is Mr. Wendell.
Wait, civilization. Are we really civilized? Yes or no? Who are we to judge? When thousands of innocent men can be brutally enslaved or killed over a racist grudge. Mr. Wendell has tried to warn us about our ways, but we don't hear him talk. Is it his fault or we gone too far? And we got too far because of him we walk.
What color is it?
Human and flesh,
it's got to be orange. A friend of mine had one. And it was orange and he used to drive around borrowing it. He had his own clothes shop, you know, when designer clothes were a thing. He was right onto that. Oh, yeah, boy. Orange, yeah, man. I didn't even see that orange there, honestly. Swear down on Mel's life. Just a private joke that. I swear down on Mel's life. You know what I mean? He's been making a comeback, hasn't he, last night? You always know when Chris pops up on a panel about 6, 7 o'clock. You know you're in for a night like. Yeah, so if I went in Mackie D's now, Leo, I prefer the breakfast double sausage egg McMuffin meal. But it's got to be red hot, you know. It's got to be eaten red hot. I see. Swear on Mel's life. It's never his life. It's always his wife's. He says it at least 2 or 3 times every time he's alive. He's also my mate as well, but I'm not going to out him. So, what type of music do you have blasted out when you're in your Lambo? Yeah, you're driving down. You're driving down the smartest road in Belfast, yeah? Wherever it is, Phil, yeah? Or Dublin or wherever. You're in your bright orange Lambo, yeah? So what music have you got, like, blasted out? Pet Shop Boys. I know I haven't actually got in yet. I did jump on the scales last night. So what music we blast out, Phil? Alanis Morissette, Simon and Garfunkel, yeah boy, love it. Which one? Like a bridge over troubled waters, I will lay me down. Was that them? Was that Simon and Garfunkel? Oh yeah. When you're in love with a beautiful woman, it's hard to do. When you're in love with a beautiful woman. Some other classic Doctor Hook songs as well. I'm not even embarrassed. I think I have listened to Doctor Hook's album quite a few times. I can't remember but I know they did some classic songs like "Hello, Darkness, my friends." Do. You know when you don't know the words, you just say like Scooby Doo, don't you? Scooby Dooby Doo, Scooby Dooby Dooby. Oh God, oh my God. Wish you could see this bloke who just walked past there. I think it was a bloke anyway. Honestly, don't have to walk around Middlesbrough for long before you bump into something worthy of like a short. I know it doesn't say much for me. Like there's anything's worthy of a short for me. Like, give me a video, I can make a few shorts out of it. We are creeping up. It's the first time I mentioned this for ages. Right, creeping up to 2,000. Would you believe it? 2,000 subs, man. Check this fella's attire out here. I'm thinking Phil Graham. Yeah, boy. Looking fresh there, in wasn't he? Fresh. Oh yeah. It's obviously the last up in his house this morning. We're rocking the. I don't know how good quality the camera is. I am going to get a new phone. I'm going to do a GoFundMe for a new decent phone. Is that true what I heard about that Shadow and Nons? That he had a GoFundMe set up to get £3,000 to go to Thailand. Is that right? Or is that like a wind up? He's your typical Borough lass here. Eddie will have his eye on her, like obviously doesn't know she's getting filmed there, no cash. Afternoon, Andy. How are you doing, man, Ed? Good to see you. I know, yeah. Does that mean he'd already got it, though? Oh, this was a tune, wasn't it, when it was out? Woo! I saw a man brought to life. Never. Well, he's just. But that's it now, though, isn't it? He can't get any worse. He might as well just. I knew you'd like her already. John wants a number. See what I can do, John. Good to see you there, John 84. When people come in with the 84 with the 2 number shout at the end, I'm assuming that's when you were born. So I'm guessing the top of my head that John's 39. but he might be probably totally wrong. Mick, how you doing, Mick, lad? Pick up the Mick Johnson there. Pick up yourself. It's gonna. Leo's got his eye on her as well. Just the fucking teller's right. If you want to Uber anywhere where my mate is here, in his orange Lambo, does anyone want to lift there? It's only a two-seater though, guys. Don't the doors lift up sideways on there as well? Subway's right behind me, Emily, as well. Right, literally out my back window. Wide awake and I can see. How's Amanda doing? Big up Amanda in the house. Ready to anywhere, anytime. That's Eddie's motto. Anywhere, anytime, ladies. Nothing where used to lie. Everyone used to sing along to this one, like, didn't we? Nothing's right on top. Oh, faith. This is how it feels. There's Phil there rocking up. Oh, he's got his Just Eat bag. Louise was just telling me this morning that there's a guy who she knows, and he's been delivering for an Indian in a big city. A big city, yeah, not too far from us. And this restaurant, or this Indian, I don't know whether it was a restaurant or a takeaway, has got six delivery drivers on at a time. And he was making good money out of it, like good money out of tips, and apparently they get a free Indian as well. I know that was empty as well, like, Has anyone got McDonald's delivered before? Like, my son was a bugger for it, like. Because I like I just said there, it's got to be red hot McDonald's, really. Once it cools off and that, like cold chips, it's not down for cold chips. Nobody wants the cold chips, like. I don't, someone will correct me if I'm wrong, but one of my favourite programmes is, call it the Dragon's Den, yeah? I've seen every series of the Dragon's Den, and I can remember the two blokes that came on, and they had the idea of Just Eat. Whether it was Just Eat, but they had the basic idea of having a website where you can order anything off one website, food-wise, and get it delivered. And they all knocked it back. All the dragons knocked it back. It's a classic episode. Well, these two guys were the ones who basically started it up, wherever it was, and Just Eat bought them out, or it turned into Just Eat. You know what I mean? And like, look at the money they're worth now. But I think if you ask anyone, do you only go to when you order a takeaway? Yes, Sparky, my mate, how you doing, fella? So when you go for a takeaway, you'd always go back to the same one, don't you? Because you know you like it. And every now and again, you might branch out and try another one, but it's never as good as the one, I don't think, as the one you always go to, So what I'm trying to say is I wouldn't use Just Eat because basically because I'm old school anyway, and that's what it is, isn't it? It's like you probably know the number of the Indian or the Chinese down the road. You probably know it off by heart anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? Hey, some sites in the Middlesbrough, like just, I've been sat here an hour anyway. Uh, I won't be on for much longer, but yeah, like the Middlesbrough. Oh, he's Phil again. He's got his delivery now. It's nice though that he gets dressed up for work, doesn't he? He's only delivering. I mean, and he's making the effort, isn't he? So where we come from, if somebody delivers you, is this the same for everyone else? I'm assuming it is. You know, when you get a delivery, do you give the driver or the delivery boy a tip, like £1 or a few quid or 50 pence even? I usually, if I ever got anything delivered, which wasn't very often, I'd say £1 standard in there. Pound. If you go 150, you're a little bit like, that's like decent 150. But there's a place not too far away from here where them rules don't apply. They put delivery charges on. Probably not, mate. Probably not, Mick. But thanks for highlighting that, though. Yeah, so I've just Sparky because you've just got a chimney, haven't you, Sparky? Now, Louise already lived on, already likes Sparky, right? But she likes him even more now because he's got a chimney, which was Louisa's first car. She always wanted a chimney, and that's what she got, yeah. But it has to be hers with the old school one, We're going back now. We're going back quite a way, not too far, but she's always loved the chimneys, and at the minute, she's got a Vitara at the minute, yeah. But she would love a chimney, and I seen one the other day. We seen one the other day, and it was a 71 plate. And I said, "Oh, is that like Sparky's?" She was like, "Oh, I don't know." So is it a new one, Sparky, or and what they're like? How come you like them? Because they were like Jeeps back in the day. They reminded me of like jumping into an army Jeep or something. Yeah, man. But the new ones, they started like putting spoilers on them and all that. And like wheel arches and, like a body kit. Remember them body kits? Fucking hell. Oh, 2008. So you'll have to put, no. No, I wouldn't be putting any pictures up, Sparky. I'll have a look, because Louise is the car expert in this family, so we'll have a look at that 2008 Jimneys. You've been pimping it up, haven't you? Pimping the dash up. We should have a word with Phil Graham, Sparky, because any car that Phil gets, the first thing he does is he takes it to the body shop. He gets flames, sprayed down the side. Every car he's had has had like flames. And the big fluffy dice as well. You've got to have big fluffy dice, yeah? Yeah, nice one. Nice one, Sparky. Yeah, so he has these big massive fluffy dice, and the sun visor, where they have the sticker on the top of the windscreen. Yeah, he's got his name right across there. That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say. Is Northern King still here? I was thinking we could. I mean, there's the real Danny G in there. What about the real Philly G? There you go. See, Sparky before he even said it. Well, this is it. And this is why he is a G, which is why I quite like the real Philly G. G-double-E. We all know. Well, I think we all know. And this is only going to strengthen what the rumor or what Phil Graham thinks of the hairdresser thing. So the car, what I had before this, no, it was two before this. I had a Saab convertible, right? A Saab convertible, but it was a nice one. But it was in like a bit of a gay, goldy, silvery colour. But you got away with it because it was like the electronic roof and all that, which is always fun to play with, yeah. But it was a nice car, but you know what? It was a hairdresser's car, like. So I'm not even going to deny that because, I'll probably say I wouldn't dare drive a Saab or something. And then a couple of days later, somebody'd have a picture on YouTube, wouldn't there, of me driving my Saab. Yeah, I'm out the window. It's full of golf balls now. You know what Louise says to us? She has these little pet hates, right? And one of them's my golf balls because I've got a car, my boots full of golf balls, yeah. So she's obviously thinking about the extra weight. And she's telling me that I'm wasting diesel by having all the golf balls in my boots. She's probably right, like. So sure Louise said she has talked about before. She's talked about the Jimny before, and I think they are quite good off-road, aren't they? They are quite good off-road, the Suzuki. You think the Suzuki, you think motorbikes, don't you? When I was growing up, Suzuki was one of your big motorbike companies, Yamaha, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Honda. And they've all moved into cars, haven't they? I mean, I think Honda's got quite a good reputation, hasn't it, car-wise. But I think Suzuki, and I don't think it's right, but I think Suzuki, like, Hyundai as well, but I don't think they did bikes. But Suzuki, I don't know, I think they do well with car sales. I think they do well, like. Yeah, Phil. I've got some Weber carbs on, Pico exhaust, and got some Recaro seats. And I've got a dump valve as well. Dump valve. It's all on my Volvo. And the flames, of course. Like, don't forget the flames. You know them mad stickers that people get and put them on the back of the cars that says, like, I think Phil's got one like honk if you had it last night. I think Phil says. So he's like, you can't go out the house now. Everyone just honking the horn at him, but he just loves the sticker. But you know them stickers that you get, like my other car's a Porsche, or 0 to 50 in 3 days. Oh, how bad are them, like? Got the pig brake calipers. And remember these? God, these were a band of the 90s, weren't they? The Lightning Seeds, remember them? Most famous for the England song, I think. We're playing for England, England. Playing this song. That's a Lightning Seed, isn't it? Let's enjoy this. I'm going under. Going deep. Scooby-Doo. Just parked up, mate. While you're in, I'll probably get a ticket. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going under. Sugar coated, iceberg tastes so sweet until you tumble. Sugar coated, sweet, sugar coated iceberg. Brilliant. We enjoyed that, huh? Are you off, Andy? Yeah, I'll be gone. I'll be gone in 5 anyway, guys. I have got loads to do. I think all them tablets have just kicked in, like the 2 weeks worth. I'm blaming it on the DAB Absolute 90s discovery, what I've just discovered this morning. But my prescription should have been ready 25 minutes ago, so I'm going to wrap this up, guys. It has been a good hour and 23. Massive respect to everyone for coming in and all the input in the chat. Don't forget to hit the likes. It's free. And you probably have liked it. If you've liked it, when you go on a panel, say, get over that nose, man. Just say it's alright, he talks a lot of shit, but good shit. Good shit, man.